Good afternoon. It's Sue Gaskell Barlow, self awareness life coach, and all sorts of titles. I'm constantly amazed at how things can change. And the great news is that now I accept the change instantly. At one time, when people cancelled at the last moment or changed and put somebody else first, I used to get very involved, personally, very upset sometimes, and quite honestly, I used to sulk. Do you know that feeling? And felt a bit left out, a bit taken for granted, a bit hurt, disappointed, you name it, the emotions were there. Now, having matured emotionally enormously, I accept if things change because they do. And because I understand about boundaries now, I realise that if I get a little bit resentful about anything, it's to do with a boundary, one of my boundaries. It's to do with that boundary issue being stepped over. And so, quite often, as I look at why I feel a bit resentful or frustrated, um, just even momentarily, then it's quite interesting because most of the time you just let things go. You certainly do when you realise what is really important in life. And then on the odd occasion when you realise that your feelings haven't been taken into account and that maybe people are being a little bit selfish and thoughtless, then you have to ask yourself, how important is it to me? And if it sits there and I think, well, it's important enough to just put my point over, then I would speak to that person about my feelings. I wouldn't blame. I would speak to that person about how I was feeling about the change in plans and the reasoning behind my feeling that way, and would hope that we could come to a compromise so that these things wouldn't happen again. If it happens once, that's okay. If it's twice, three times, and you still feel a bit irritated, then there's an issue to be resolved. And that's what's great about learning about yourself, learning to discipline your emotions, not taking things personally unless it is personal. And even then, it's learning how to resolve issues so that it's a win-win and everyone's happy. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. And for 3 days on the trot, things have changed, things have been altered. And I have to remind myself that each one is an individual situation and not begin to build up a case against people or thinking there's what's wrong with me. Just accept the reality and, like I say, choose your battles. And if you feel it's important and it's a boundary issue and you're not happy with how you haven't been respected, then it's a really good idea to talk to the person individually. And it's great because you can resolve anything. And it does make people stop and think. If you've been the sort of person, which I was, I used to say, oh no, that's okay, it doesn't matter. And deep down, I'd be really upset or irritated or frustrated. Um, and so we've given people the idea that it's okay, that because we're understanding, we won't mind. And that's okay, so long as you do still understand that sometimes even the nicest of people take our good nature for granted. And it's just very interesting. It makes me smile a lot. And I wanted to just share that with anyone who watches Sue's University of Life on YouTube. I hope you subscribe to my channel. And there's lots of different things to learn about. I help people with addictions. relationship issues, emotional situations, eating problems. I seem to have had so many experiences, and that's where I come from, and I talk from experience. I'm also a mediator in the sense that I don't take sides, I'm not judgmental, and it's my pleasure to be able to share with people things that make a difference in their world. Because, like I say, and it's not just a cliche, you really do matter. I matter, you do. We're all unique, we're all individual. And when we respect ourselves and other people, the world just gets easier. The whole concept of being a human being is easier. And I look forward to sharing with you again. Bye for now.